everyone, it's Kayla and Emily with Coffee+Conversions and our special guest, Vice President Erika Simms.
Today we're going to chat about chat. So the other day I was on one of the industry forums for Automotive, and there was a really long thread about chats. And a lot of dealers were asking, is it a good thing for me to invest in? What are the struggles that you've had with it? And so we just wanted to sit down and discuss chat in general, which is why we have Erika here as our resident expert, and go over some of the pros and cons and potential benefits for your dealership.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Awesome. So Erika, why don't you just go into telling us a little bit more about chat?
Great.
And why it's important.
Well, chat is not something that we at Dealer Authority do as a service. However, as our Octane package, one of the things that we like to do for our clients is to help them kind of find the right partners to work with.
Right.
So chat has been around for quite a long time. It's not, like I said, not something new, but it's a constant struggle for dealers to kind of find the right chat provider.
Right.
So one of the things that we've done in the past is to kind of take what the dealers are looking for in a provider and identify like the strengths and weaknesses for each provider and say, okay, these three look really great based upon what you're looking as far as budget, time spent, with that vendor, how often they're live or how much it costs to actually have a managed chat. So there's a couple different features that we kind of look for to identify for a strong chat provider. First off would be the managed services. So one of the things we look for is, do they have 24/7 response? Do they have scripted, or are these people who have worked in automotive where they've, they know how to, work a deal to the point where they can push it to a salesperson?
Yeah.
So I think we were talking earlier about salespeople not having great written skills. They're more verbal and they're more comfortable. That a lot of sales guys, especially some of your more seasoned, are very comfortable behind a computer screen and talking with someone. So, being able to have that nice transition of, hey, I can take this from point A of general interest to a solid lead. Now they're going to come in and you just have to schedule the appointment. So sending that to a BDC or to an actual salesperson.
So you would say that chat is a good tool for lead generation?
Oh, absolutely. And not only automotive, but every other industry you can think of. It's now on Facebook that they have chat capabilities to handle that. Directly on from everything from Shoe Depot to even your makeup, your regular businesses are using chat on Facebook, and it automatically pops right up. So that's another area that, again, I think that's why a lot of dealers are talking about it, is because some of these chat providers are moving into the social media realm to help manage that service.
So one of the things that I saw on this forum was specifically talking about some of the more canned responses, and a lot of dealers were struggling with that because a customer would ask for information and the chat service would say what's your email address? And the customer would say, no, I don't want to give you my email address. I just want to know if this car is available. And the chat would respond, what's your email address? So I definitely see that as being something that is one of the downsides. But with a managed chat, that's not the case.
Right. So you have bot versus physical living blood person.
Right.
So that's the hard part, where you have that thing where what's your email? And some of them are scripted to be, to get that information of email, phone number, email, phone number.
Right.
That's what they want. Which is great. And again, with social media, you have to take a little bit more of a roundabout approach to it, where it's kind of like going on a date. The first time, you go to kiss a girl should not be as soon as you get to the front door. It should definitely be at the end of the night after you found some things out about her. Yeah, exactly. And even then, sometimes you're going to have that door slammed in your face because they're just not ready yet. So same thing goes with conversations with your customer. You just wouldn't go up the first time and say, I'm interested in this vehicle. Do you guys still have it on the lot? And they're like, give me your information. People are very sensitive about that kind of privacy.
Especially today with all of the data breaches going on. That's a big point.
Right, and it's knowing when to ask and how to ask.
Right.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Giving the customer information of, yes, we have this vehicle. It's currently on the lot for X amount of dollars. Trying to get them to that point where they're saying, okay, great, would you like to come in and set an appointment to speak with, one of our sales representatives, or would you like us to give you a call or send you an email with more information about this car? Especially with used vehicles. There's a lot of information that needs to be held back and forth with used vehicles.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about consultation and kind of what we do for our own clients with in terms of researching for different chats and what would work best for them. But we also do a couple different services, especially Octane, which we offer for our clients, which combines social media, SEO, and PPC for our clients. And we do a lot of research to make sure we get the highest level of kind of service for our clients, because we hold ourselves to our own kind of high standards. So we do the research to make sure that whatever outside service, speaking of like chats, for our clients are at the same kind of level that we expect for ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and I know, Erika, you know a lot more about this. So if you want to dive into it.
Well, the cool thing about our Octane service is it can combine multiple services that we provide, but then it also takes a much more holistic view of what's going on within the dealership. So, for instance, if they do have a website provider or they're looking to switch website providers, we, at a lower level, if they're just having, like, let's say social or SEO with us, we can definitely make recommendations. But at an Octane level, we sit down with you and identify what it is you're looking for in, like, a website provider. You want to have mobile friendly, you want to have a budget of only like $1,000. We'll sit down and identify, here are the 10 website providers we're all going to look at together, and we'll get on the demos and we'll sit down with you and then review everything afterwards and say, okay, these are your 3 contenders, we recommend A, B, or C, and then we help the dealer kind of come to the decision of which vendor they want to go with. So it's a much more hands-on approach to helping you manage your services. And let's face it, there's a lot of times where there are thousands of PPC providers out there. So a dealer doesn't have time to sit down and review every single vendor, especially if they're not going to be within their budget. So it's kind of a waste of time for them. So by having us as experts sit down and pick those vendors for them and help them kind of narrow down that list, it's a definite time saver for them, and it's also almost a relief that they're not the only person doing all this heavy lifting and not knowing which vendor is the right vendor for them.
Yeah.
So it adds like a partnership between us and our dealerships, that they have kind of almost like a security blanket in us to help them make the right decision. So with Octane, we provide that service and that kind of consultative approach with the vendor picking, but then also with a lot of the other services, making sure everything's working cohesively.
Yeah. So if there was since we're talking about chat and consulting, have you seen any specific platforms that really stand out to you in the industry?
Yeah, Gabagoo has made a very big push forward. They're diving deep into social media, helping out with the chat on social, but then also with marketplace. So providing feeds into the marketplace. And there's a lot of vendors who are doing that now who are not specifically chat providers. I know Cars.com is one that's feeding into Facebook Marketplace, and there's been a couple issues because now we're seeing dealers actually have 2 or 3 vendors post into Marketplace, and that actually came up the other day where there was a mispriced vehicle, and a vendor or a dealer of mine came up and was like, I don't know who is posting for this anymore. So it's really good to kind of identify the higher level chat providers who are doing services like that are just not, maybe not their specialty, but it's a new product that they're able to kind of help manage. So Gabagoo has done a very good job of being able to kind of be available to help a dealer and kind of work through any kind of issues with the marketplace, but then also, be a better chat provider where they have better scripting, better support, better people that are able to kind of handle the chat for the dealership if nobody's available.
So it's a managed service.
It can be a managed service.
And I think I saw something about some sort of scoring system that they use. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, so they're able to identify leads. So if a chat comes in, they're able to tell on a scoring system how qualified this chat would be for an actual sale.
Gotcha.
So then they're able to kind of either push that off, let's say if it needs a little bit more hand-holding or it needs to mature a little bit, they can go to the BDC, or if it's ready for, to come in and they're ready to take a test drive, they can go to a salesperson. So then this way, it feeds into the CRM, they're able to identify the hot level of where the customer stands.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. So to wrap this up, I know we talked about one main chat vendor, but I know there's others out there. So Erika, can you talk to us maybe a little bit about the other options that are out there?
Absolutely. So just to name a few, there's also CarChat24, Active Engage, and then, there was one more. It was is it not constant contact? I always want to say
Oh.
contact at once.
Yes.
Oh,
So, those are just a few options. And again, check out your website provider because they also do have chats that are already embedded into the website. So make sure that you're kind of open, keep your options open when it comes to different chat providers.
Yeah. So if you are confused or you're overwhelmed about the amount of chat options available in the industry, or you just want some more information, you can always reach out to us at dealerauthority.com.